Hello YouTube, Dustin here, Average Guy Hi-Fi. Got another set of speakers here to review for you guys. This right here is something that I picked up over the weekend. This is Definitive Technology ProCinema 600 series speakers. So this is just 3 of them, but it actually came with 6 speakers. So it came with the ProCinema 600 center channel speaker, came with 4 of the ProCinema satellite speakers, which are these little guys. And then it also came with the ProSub 600, which is this little guy here. So this would be kind of a good competitor to like Bose speakers, the Kef smaller speakers, the Klipsch smaller speakers. For people that can't get away with getting big boxes and things like that in their living room, or this would make a really good bedroom set. So walked into a local pawn shop. This set right here retails for $7.99. Steve Gutenberg wrote a good article that I read about that. If you haven't checked out his channel, be sure to check him out. He's very smart. I love watching his reviews. Very passionate about the audio industry. So he's one of the good reviewers out there. So be sure to check him out. But yeah, I was kind of reading on there. $7.99 was the MSRP on these. I walked into a local pawn shop. They had them listed for $200. But they just came in, so they weren't really willing to kind of negotiate on them. But I ended up walking out with them for $180. Which is a great deal for the quality of these speakers they are. So what the set came with was 4 of the ProMonitor 600s. Again, these guys here. These have a removable grill on them. But I wanted to show them to you because they're a little bit different. See how that grill is kind of a funky shape? Basically, this little top piece covers this right here, which is, it's not an Atmos speaker or anything like that. That is a passive radiator. So the ProCinema 600 comes with 3.5-inch woofers right there. It comes with the 1-inch pure titanium tweeter in the middle there. And then the center channel, which again, this is the ProCinema 600 center channel. Again, it has that kind of funky grill, and I think you guys are knowing where I'm going with that. But comes with 2 of the 3.25-inch woofers. It comes with the 1-inch pure titanium tweeter. Then it also comes with a passive radiator, 3.5-inch, and another passive radiator, 3.5-inch on the side. So if you guys aren't familiar with passive radiators, they basically, it's kind of like making a port. It's not really like making a port. It makes it seem like the speakers, they perform better in smaller closures. That's the easiest way I'd be able to explain it to you guys. So basically when the drivers hit, when the bass hits the drivers, these little guys move, so it makes the volume of the box feel like it's a little bit bigger. So that's the way that it was described to me a while back, and I'm a big fan of passive radiator subwoofers, so, and that's exactly what this is. So this is the ProSub 600. Has a little bit of a gain dial here on the side. It has a nice grill on the front there. And then this right here is an 8-inch woofer. This right is powered by the amplifier, which is on the back here. And this is a 250 watt RMS amplifier powering that 8-inch woofer. But keeping it consistent, you know, this entire is one big set of speakers here. So this right here on the underside, which a lot of people aren't aware of when they see this subwoofer, that right there is a 8-inch passive radiator. So again, the amplifier plate on the back of the subwoofer drives this right here, which is the woofer, and then the woofer interacts with the passive radiator, which isn't hooked up to anything, it's just sitting in there. But when the bass hits, the volume of the box actually changes. So gives you a little bit better bass performance. I'm a huge fan of passive subwoofers. I'm hoping that SVS or Rhythmic or PSA, one of those brands that I really love, and I've owned all of them, I'm hoping they come out with some type of really kind of high quality passive radiator sub option, like a 12-inch SVS with like 2 passive 12-inch radiators would be a kind of a neat little sub to give a shot of. So that'd be something I'd be interested in buying there. But anyway, let's go over there. This ran a little bit longer than I thought. I'll run over there. I'll get these things all hooked up. I'll get them calibrated to my Denon X3300, and then my new Marantz 5-channel amplifier. So this is going to be one of the first movies I'll be able to watch with that new amplifier. So I'm kind of excited about that. Stay tuned, because now the fun part happens here. I'll go in there and show you guys these things in action. All right, everyone. Now we've got these guys sitting in place here. Ignore the towers that are off to the side there. Those are the Mythos ST towers that they're not turned on. There's no power running to them or anything like that. But again, this is focusing on these Definitive Technology ProCinema 600 5.1. So we got the little ProCinema 600 series bookshelf there. We've got the center channel, which has the matching 3 1/4 inch woofers with the dual 3 1/4 inch passive radiators. Same with the bookshelf speakers, except they have a single 3 1/4 inch woofer and then a single 3 1/4 inch passive radiator on top. I have the matching ProSub 600, which is an 8-inch subwoofer, 250 watt RMS with a passive radiator underneath it. And then we also have the matching bookshelf speakers to the rear channels too. So these are the ProCinema 600s. Ignore the monitor audio radius speakers below there. They're just used as TV stands. There's the same ProMonitor 600 with a grill on. So again, we're going to go ahead and play you guys a movie clip, and then after this, I'll go into my little recording room over there, and then I'll give you my average guy hi-fi score here. So this is the other new addition. Just made a video on this guy. This is the Marantz MM7055 5-channel home theater amplifier, which is, as you can probably imagine, pretty much overkill for these little guys here, but I've been listening to them now. Watched part of a movie, and then I'm going to put on Ready Player One in 4K. I'm using a 4K Blu-ray player. It's an LG, and then I'm also using a Denon X3300 receiver over there. Eventually, I'm going to be replacing that receiver with hopefully the Marantz 7013. That's kind of the plan anyway, but right now it's still $1,400, so that's just going to be a ways down the road, but it'll look real nice, I think, with 2 Marantz products right there flanking the sides there. So anyway, again, this is going to be Ready Player One on my OLED C9 LG 65-inch TV with the Definitive Technology ProCinema 5.1 home theater speakers here. So I kind of got it set up here, and I'll just hit play. And then we'll show you guys the video, and then again I'll go over there and review everything, and then I'll list these for sale, and I'll go buy another set of speakers to replace them. So here we go.
So license scale or standard frame.
No, not the bike. Forget the bike. The girl. I think it's Artemis.
The Artemis? The 602?
I've seen all her walkthroughs, her Twitch streams. It's her. It's definitely her.
All right, well, hopefully I don't get struck with copyright on that. I love the movie, bought it in 4K, so I'm supporting it. So I'm still not, I'm not sure quite how that goes yet, but I know people talking about copyright and everything. So eventually I might have to change everything over. But right now, since I'm so new, I'm just kind of learning as I go here. So that's that part of the video, and then I will pop over there and I'll give you guys the average guy hi-fi score. These little speakers sound phenomenal in this room. I mean, for their size and everything and the price point, these are a really nice set. So let's pop over there and I'll give you guys all my reviews and everything. All right, everyone. Now we're to my favorite part of the video is where it comes to the average guy hi-fi rating system. So basically, every video when I buy speakers and I test them out, I'm going to give you guys a percentage, which will be the average guy hi-fi score. So Again, this is the Definitive Technology ProCinema 600 speaker system. The MSRP on it is $799. I found them at a pawn shop for $180 out the door. Just got done shooting that little video playing Ready Player One. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And now it's time to review the speakers. So there's 5 categories that I have in my review. There is the quality, how everything feels, the driver components, binding posts, all that type of stuff. There's the sound, obviously how it sounded in my room. There is the MSRP rating, which would be like, how does this stack up at the MSRP price of these speakers? There is the average guy hi-fi price paid rating, which is what I ended up getting this set for. And then there's also the aesthetics, how everything looks in my room and all of that. So each category, there's 5 categories. Each category is 10 points, and then I'll just give a review. So a total of 50 points out of the scores here. So when it comes to quality, I gave them a 7.5 out of 10. They have a very solid feel. The cabinets, especially on the satellite speakers, the center channel, the little satellite speakers, for having 3.25-inch woofers, they have a nice heavy feel to them. The gloss plastic seems like it can maybe scratch a little bit easier, but if you're careful with them, that's a non-issue. The grills have nice materials. The binding posts, very good quality. One of my gripes would be that the subwoofer has foam on the surround, and the passive radiator actually has rubber on the surround. So not quite sure. I'm sure they had to do that for cost purposes, because this is an entry-level set when it comes to Definitive Technology. So again, I gave them a 7.5 out of 10 when it comes to quality. When it comes to sound, I gave them a 7 out of 10. That is a good score. I'm trying to use the whole scale. You know, if it sounds bad, I'll probably give a speaker a 3. So that is a good score when it comes to my rating system. They have crisp details. The highs are nice quality. The bass response was good in the room. The reason it didn't score higher is just because I'm so used to bigger speakers. The mid bass wasn't quite there. Now, you could probably get it tuned in with the subwoofer and the crossover settings and everything. This set will take some tweaking. So I think the better you kind of spend on getting them set up, making sure the room's treated for sound, and making sure the subwoofer's crossed over, you know, that's time well spent when it comes to this type of system. Anyway, but it was 7 out of 10 when it came to sound. They sound very good. Just compared to some of the speakers I've owned, though, it just leaves a little bit to be desired. When it comes to the MSRP rating, I gave them a 7 out of 10 as well. At $7.99, this was a very good deal. Walk into a store, you buy the speaker package for $799, then you buy an amplifier for, you know, a couple $100 to $400, you know, right around $1,000. You can get a pretty nice little small living room or home theater system for your bedroom, basically. These are designed for smaller rooms, though. That's one warning there. So again, MSRP rating 7 out of 10. The aesthetics, I gave them 7 out of 10 as well. I was hoping to score them a little bit higher, but it just didn't look right in my room. I'm used to bigger speakers. Now, some people might be like, well, that's a 10 out of 10. Then if it's smaller, that's a good thing. But I actually like my speakers to have a little bit more presence, because this is the kind of stuff I'm into. These little, especially the bookshelves flanking my 65-inch OLED, they just look too small for my liking. So I would like something a little bit bigger. Definitive Technology does have systems that are bigger. There's the 800 compared to the 600, and I think they make 1,000 as well, too. So they keep kind of stepping up a little bit. So you can go a little bit larger, which is an option. But this set here, being that it's the smallest of the series, it was a 7 out of 10 when it came to the aesthetics. Price paid, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Again, they scored very well here, because $180 for a subwoofer, center channel, and 4 bookshelf speakers is really hard to do, but that pawn shop was willing to negotiate. They must have got a good deal on it, so I got a good deal on it. And again, I'm going to be passing that off. So I gave it a 7 out of 10. So what does that all add up to? It adds up to 36 out of 50, which is a 72%. The average guy hi-fi score on this set of Definitive Technology speakers is 72%. So again, that is a good score in my book. Some of you are like, well, you know, if you look at the grade scale, that's a C, but I'm trying to use the whole scale here. So again, if something looks terrible, then I'll give it a 3, you know, like those type of things. So I'm going to try to use that whole scale. So 72% in my book, very good system. The next step is for me to put these on Craigslist, offer up Facebook Marketplace, sell them for $180, and then put that money towards a new home theater system as well, too. So to test for you guys, I do have an Andrew Jones home system. I actually have 2. I have one with 4 bookshelf speakers, and then I have another system with 4 bookshelf speakers that are Atmos. So I'm excited. That would be my first Atmos system. So basically, I'll be reviewing those next. So again, Definitive Technology ProCinema 600. Average Guy Hi-Fi, I give them a 72%. So nice quality set of speakers. They sound good. Just make sure that it's not a huge room. If you're trying to fill a huge room, these things will run out of steam. You won't get quite the impact that you're really looking for out there. So thank you guys for sticking along. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting these videos, hopefully 2 a week, maybe more. This week I'm going to try to do 3. So stick around if this is the type of content you like, or if you're out there and you have these speakers. I hope I gave you guys some good information. Thank you very much.